So, cancel culture has become a prominent and pulverizing force in today's digital landscape, often blurring the line between accountability and censorship. As social media reshapes how we express and respond to opinions and that debate free speech and its limits grow in, very complex. It grows very um, increasingly complex. So, cancel culture is when someone makes a remark online that it's harshly criticized, leading to the speaker to be ridiculed online for his or her beliefs on a specific topic, whether that be political topic or specific specific opinions that would cause ridicule. So cancel culture lends us to the idea of the court of public opinion, whether it be political matters or just a bad take. People who always have something to say politically on social media will um, always be met with some ridicule by other people. Social media companies and their users both have free speech rights protected under the First Amendment. Users generally free generally free to express their views, while platforms have the right to moderate uh, content based on their policies. However, the First Amendment restricts government censorship, not actions by providing companies. So, Section 230 of the Communications um, Censorship Act plays a key role into the ecosystem of shielding social media companies from liability for content posted by users, while also allowing them to moderate content in good faith without being treated as publishers in a way. This legal protection encourages platforms to host diverse viewpoints without being held um, legally responsible for every post um, around uh, these databases. So basically, everyone has the right to post something crazy without the idea of any legal action being taken. It's basically a higher form of freedom of speech. So, me personally, on these subject matters, I believe the bigger problem right now with freedom of speech is somewhat cancel culture. Yes, people have the right to air grievances and they have the right to their own opinions, um, to disagree and agree. Um, but at the same time, punishing people for just having a political opinion is a little bit extreme, in my opinion. And some examples are extreme, some examples are not extreme. But talking from the extreme perspective of how people are getting ridiculed for their political opinions, that's where I sort of have a problem. Where someone doesn't agree with someone politically, they send death threats to someone. They send you know horrible things to other people that they don't agree with. This is how things work in the social media landscape, and mostly cancel culture has that type of toxic sense to it. that it leads people to mostly be divided in a certain way. But at the same time, I know why cancel culture is needed in today's society as well, to hold people specifically accountable for saying something that might be just completely out of line. That that's something we need cancel culture for. But for to use cancel culture to disagree with somebody is a fundamental problem I have. Disagreeing with somebody is one thing. Somebody saying something that's completely out of line, that's something that can warrant cancel culture, and I think that's something we should embrace with cancel culture. With cancel culture, so um, just to give people the right or wrong, you know, standings on things. That's what cancel culture is for, giving the right or wrong perspective on certain things. Politics and political opinions, I don't think there's anything right or wrong about those political opinions. I think every political opinion is valid, and I think, honestly, it's tough to um, sort of punish someone for something that's very unclear. Again, it's just how freedom of speech works sometimes. So, in conclusion, while the First Amendment protects the fundamental rights to free speech, navigating this freedom in the digital age, it's become sort of complex with the rise of cancel culture, highlighting the tension between holding individuals accountable and receiving open discourse, especially when options, political or otherwise, spark controversies. Social media platforms, with social media platforms protected by Section 230, play a critical role in monitoring content while still providing a space for diverse viewpoints. However, as social media continues um, to grapple with the boundaries of acceptable speech, it's important to ensure that the right to express different opinions isn't overshadowed by fear of backlash. Um, striking fair balance between accountability, freedom, and freedom is essential to maintaining a healthy democratic dialogue throughout social media.